Agatha Christie.
Yeah,
Isn't that for like little girls?
exactly. I'm a little girl.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to another Latino with a podcast and the Latino with a podcast. Christian Hennismeyer, and today I am with Paul Farahvar because it is
Not even close, but okay.
Farahvar.
Yeah, there you go.
Farahvar.
At least try.
None. It's F-A-B-A. So no, F-A-R-A. So it's Farah.
Yeah. It's like Farahvar. You could
The
say it that way
H.
too.
So it's for me it's Farahvar.
All right. I accept your apology.
Farahvar.
You have an accent, so you can get away with it.
I can get away with it, but he's basically a Chicago legend. He's one of the few comics that I know that have a wiki page. Like,
Oh yeah.
there are not
True.
many comics in Chicago that they can say they have a wiki page, and you have a wiki page.
Yeah, I do.
You
Forgot about that.
you have been doing stand up for a long time in Chicago, so I believe one of my first questions is like, how do you feel like it has changed over the years? I believe COVID apparently really changed the scene, but you will know better because I started in 2020. I did
Mhm.
like a couple of mics before pandemic, then I just went back to it after pandemic. So I didn't actually knew what was happening before.
Before that, yeah. I mean, it's gone through a lot of changes, the scene. I think the biggest thing is now there's so much more spaces to do comedy. When I first started, there was maybe one open mic a night. And if you tried to start a second open mic on the same night, it was offensive to people because
And after COVID, people like we're gonna be offensive. We don't fucking care.
yeah, because we all went to the same locations, and it was a scene. So each open mic was a show because there wasn't Laugh Factory had just opened, and they weren't doing shows every night. There was Lincoln Lodge only had shows Friday, Saturday. That was the original location. I mean, this is 13 years ago, and then there was Zanies and Comedians You Should Know. That's it. There
Okay.
was no real other shows. I mean, there was a few other ones. Um, Chuck was around too.
Do you like the change?
Yeah,
One
of
of the bars
course.
that I miss is Norbar. A lot of
North
people,
Bar was great
dude, a
too.
lot of people
That
talk
was
shit about that place, but that place was so it felt like a family place for comedy.
so North Bar was a client of ours. I used to manage bands and play in bands, and we used to do live music there. So I knew him for a while, and I remember when he was telling me that he loves comedy. I'm like, oh, you should do comedy here. I mean, it wasn't my idea, but he was always wanted to
Looking
make it
for
a comedy place because it was a music venue, and yeah, I mean that was a great room.
it was a great
Always
room.
fun.
Oh, not always. I saw a lot of people bomb there and
Yeah.
a lot of weird shit, but it was a it's so much like there's a spaces when you do comedy for comics and it's annoying because everybody what you can clearly see that what they want is to go on stage, do their time and leave.
Yeah.
Normal was a place that they go on stage, they do their time, and they stay because the vibe was like, oh, let's hang out here.
Yeah, as a hang. Sure. I mean that's a big part of it. I think that's a lot of comedy is the hang out with comedians, but to some extent, some comedians get locked into doing comedy for other comedians, and that's not good either. So
No,
you gotta remember that you're not doing sets for the back of the room. You're doing it for the people that paid to see you. So
but usually like I'm getting. I believe I'm getting to that spot in comedy in this year, and it feels so good that I'm getting longer sets, better shows, outside shows. Like I'm gonna get. Hey, August, if you're in Missouri watching another Latino with a podcast, thank you, how? But thank you so much. But I'm gonna be in Missouri in August for a headlining show, so
oh,
that's amazing.
great.
But I'm gonna get into the topic because I would bring things to talk about. You have kids?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah. Like
I don't
know,
answer my phone on.
according to my count, no.
I don't. When on Father's Day, I turn off my phone
And
just
that's
in case.
it.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't have any. No.
But like I saw something. I also don't have kids, but I was looking through Reddit. I always look like in topics in Reddit, in Good Nagat. But there's one that is called the parents. Tell me the creepiest things that your kids has told you. And there's many, but my favorite ones. One It's like the dog's like, "Hey, son, well, have a good night." He's like, "Goodbye, dad." It's like, "No, no, we say good night." Yeah, yeah, I know, but today is goodbye.
Oh wow,
And the dog's like, "What the fuck is happening?
that's scary.
What
Yeah,
info does this motherfucker have?"
yeah. I would be afraid of my kids killing me for sure. I
Uh,
just feel like because I think you mean yeah, that's what I would be afraid of. One of many reasons why I don't want kids.
there's that. Other, the woman was with her daughter. She like he was making some braids, and the daughter kept laughing and looking behind her that it was the closet. And at the beginning she's like, oh, maybe making the braids just tickled her out of. But at some point, like mom was like, "Hey, what the fuck is going
What are
on?
you
Like,
looking
why
at?
why
Yeah.
are you laughing? Oh, it's the guy with the snake with the snake neck." And the mom's like, "I'm moving.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to." So,
That's creepy.
have you have any kid tell you anything like weird as fuck?
No, I think that kids are the most honest. They'll always be super honest to you. They're always mean, but they don't mean to be. I think like they'll just be like, how come your hair is gray? Like they'll say shit like that, and then you're like, that's fucking mean. Are you allowed to swear on this? I don't know.
No, no, I do. I
I,
swear I'm racist and homophobic.
oh, I'm
Like
not gonna say
I
anything.
don't care. Like YouTube can chat about me because this is one thing. Like I have
Yeah.
every time I record, like I don't want anybody to come here and feel like, oh, I could not. I have to restrain who I am
No.
because of the media. It's like if YouTube can
Okay.
chat about me,
All right.
I don't care.
I'll say what I want though. No, but I think kids are mean. Like they'll say, why are you, they'll look at my niece. I have nieces and nephews, and when my niece was young, I was eating a cookie once, and she just was like, "You sure you should eat that?" I was like, "What do you mean?" And then she just pointed to my stomach. It's like the most mean thing you could possibly do, but it's also they don't know. They're just being honest.
I believe they do
Yeah, yeah. What if they do it
know.
purposely? I
They're
don't
like,
think so.
you're fat as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you're like, you're five, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it depends how old they are, but yeah, I think young kids just say what's their honest, their truth.
okay, I have this with kids. Like once, like I have also niece. Like I remember I went to my sister room looking for something, and she was like in the crib. She was like 3. She was like dead sleep, like dead sleep. That I saw her, I was like, oh, when you're like, she's so
Yeah.
cute sleeping, dead sleep. So I went and I was like, I don't want to wake her. And when I was turning to leave, she was like sat down looking at me like,
Yeah. Creepy.
and I was like, I'm gonna kill you. Like, don't do this shit.
Kids are scary.
Like, uh, I have a friend that she has a daughter, and recently through the camera, the eyes of her daughter were like glaring. So it's like the baby just with the like white eyes, and it's like, you should like sacrifice that.
Yeah.
That's not
It's
good.
creepy shit. Yeah.
But this connects with the other like I've been seeing like a lot of people that have schizophrenia that there's there's some similarities on what they say or what they see, and whenever I'm bored, I think about stupid shit or maybe more super intelligent shit. So, what if people with schizophrenia are actually the people who are experiencing the world as it is, or
And we're all wrong.
and we're all around?
It's possible.
Because like we experience the world through our senses. Like we know that birds they see a lot more colors than
Sure.
us. So there are a lot more happening that we don't see.
Sure.
So what if schizophrenic people are actually watching what is real, and we are like, no, you are crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. There's a lot of they say ignorance is bliss. Sometimes you're better off not knowing anything, but the people that are the smartest or animals that are the smartest experience everything way more. So maybe that's good or maybe it's bad that we don't know.
I
Or
just
maybe it's good that we don't know,
I
you
just
know?
talked about that in the last episode about ignorance is bliss. Like,
Oh, 100% I
do
agree with
you
that.
do you want to be a little dumb in order to
I wish I was dumber. It's hard being the smartest person in the room every time.
like now? I was like,
Incredi-
okay.
incredibly difficult because I'm a very smart person, and so it's hard to be smart. I rather be dumb, especially now. Like you see what's going on in the news, and people will say something, you're like, oh, that's not even. You
It's
know
not
what the
even
fuck
close
you're
to what is
talking. I mean,
happening. Yeah.
I'm not smart on everything, but I know a lot about. Like, I don't know anything about cars. I mean, I know a lot about cars, but I couldn't fix a car. But I know a lot about like
Yeah,
the
like well,
law and
like
like
generally.
politics and I don't know science or math or geography. I get lost everywhere.
When was the last time that you really felt that shit of like, oh, these people are so fucking stupid?
Last night.
Okay, elaborate.
Yeah. Last night. When I do shows in towns, I always do a couple of jokes up top. I have the same few testers to see how smart they are and how awake they are.
You
And if
start like with this a random quest.
yeah, like there's certain jokes I'll do, and if they depending on how quick they laugh or if they laugh at all, I'm like, okay, these people are fucking
Like, what
idiots.
is the joke? Let me
I've got a couple. I got a joke I do about one thing I've been doing lately. One of them I do lately is I say, my doctor retired. I gotta get a new doctor. I didn't like him. He made me feel bad. He'd say, you need to take better care of yourself. You're getting fat, or you're a constant disappointment to me and your mom.
So your doctor is your niece.
Yeah. So then if they don't get it right away, or if they wait, then I know they're drunk or they're whatever. And then there's other jokes I'll do, just things to think about. And if they don't get it, then you're like, all right, this is going to be a slow show. Or, it's like comedy. You choose your own adventure. Like, all right, these are the jokes I'll do for these guys. So
Okay, you that are a lot more experienced than me. Someone told me this, and I want to see your perspective.
mhm.
If you're going to a show and you're like, I'm gonna say these jokes, and then you are in the show and you see like maybe people are not as fast or whatever, or they're more into sexual jokes. Do you change your set, or you're like, no, I came with this, and this is what I said I was going to do, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Most of the time, it depends. But most of the time, if it's a show that people pay to see, then I'm gonna change it to fit the bill. But if it's a show where I'm trying new stuff,
Okay.
I'm preparing for like a special or something like that, I'm gonna stick with what I wanted to work on. But if it's a weekend I'm headlining, let's say, and they like certain things, I'm gonna make sure that they had a good time.
Because like the my friend who's experienced comedy also, he's like always go with what you was going to say, because at the moment you start changing shit, that's the moment that usually comics go like, oh, what else I was gonna say, oh yeah, and like that, like just lose the audience. Like if
No,
you
I
if you,
mean, I think if you, it depends on the person. For me, I've got hours of comedy that I can choose from, so I know what I can do, and I know if I do a joke and it's I'll do jokes about being Middle Eastern and they're really liking it, then I'm like, okay, I'll do more of that. I'll still do what I wanted to do, but I'll give them what they want. I
yeah,
mean,
and you
it's
have
my job
stuff.
to make them laugh. I don't it's not going to screw me up. I don't go on stage with an outline. Unless I'm doing like an hour, then there's certain things I have to do before or
Yeah.
after. Certain jokes I have to set up or callbacks, whatever. But no, I'm going to make sure that they're having a good time.
What's the longest you have done?
I've done I did an hour and a half a couple times, I think. But I mean anything over an hour is just that's just mean.
For the
For the
comedy or for the
crowd.
audience?
Yeah. I
I'm,
mean,
I'm more if you're headlining after like five comics before you, people.
oh no, that's sometimes you'll get booked to do a show. They're like, "Why don't you do an hour and a half?" I'm like, "No, you don't. Nobody. You're gonna have a host doing 10, and I'm gonna do an hour. That's it. You don't need it."
Yeah, for me, perfect timing for a show is 90 minutes, including the 5 minute warning and
Yeah,
the okay, that's it, that's the show. Thank you so much for coming.
75 to 90 minutes, and 75 minutes of comedy is the ideal number, and that's been proven for years. You can't. You can't give people a 2 hour show of comedy. It's tired. You're sitting for
Yeah,
2 hours. You can't do that,
like,
especially now.
I'm gonna say this, like this goes against one of the person that I have on the podcast, and I recently did her show, Susana Rodriguez. She's amazing. She have this
Oh
show
yeah, yeah, yeah.
called Chicago
Her
Line
show's great.
that I love. Yeah, the show is amazing, but the show has an intermission, and I don't know why. This is in my opinion,
Oh, I hate
I
intermissions.
hate when comedy show have
Yeah.
intermission, because like you're resetting the room. Is the last
Yeah.
comedy amazing? You're just like taking that energy, and I'm like, okay, go use it somewhere else, and then come call again.
Yeah, I do. When I have a show, there was a venue that always did intermission, and in my contract, I'd be like, "We're not doing intermission," and they get mad because that's where they make their money. That's where people go and
Yeah,
buy
go right.
drinks and stuff. But yeah, I hate the intermission. I don't like it. I just did a show where they did an intermission. They did an intermission last Friday at a Don't Tell show.
And you're like, these people are so dumb.
Oh,
My
it's so
God.
annoying. But you know what? It worked. It didn't matter. Sometimes it's beneficial. You got to go roll with the punches. Unless you're like, yeah, I mean it's hard because they just
Yeah,
you're
you have to
resetting the
reset it. Yeah.
room. You have to have a good host, and we did. We had a great host to
I can
reset the
imagine you
room.
being like, "Oh, we're gonna go to an intermission," and you're like, "Oh my god, it's so hard to
It's
be
gonna
the
be so
smartest
long. Yeah,
person in the
yeah.
room. Why do I? Why do I have to
I'm
suffer all
always
of
a fucking
this?"
smart. It sucks. Well, it's hard for me too because I produced shows and I produced music shows before I did comedy. So like, it's hard for me to bite my lip when people are doing something like, Why are you doing this? This is stupid." Or like back in the day at my Laugh Factory was my home club. I would see like the lineup, and then we comedians would help the managers and be like, maybe you should put this person next. It doesn't look, but now obviously they got it figured out. But back in the day, like comedians would kind of like take over and be like, no, put this person up now, or you're gonna lose the room. Especially like if two people did bad,
Yeah,
or
like
one person has high energy. I'm a low energy comic. It's like, okay, you need to have a host to reset the room for me.
okay. Before the pause, what do you think about this? Because since you are more experienced, you are a producer. Do you believe in the theory that the first and the last comic, according to the booker, the producer, are the best in the lineup?
Yeah,
Be- because behind this is like if you are a comic and they put you last or first, it's
on a
you
showcase show, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
it's because the booker trusts you.
Yeah.
They trust you to start good the show or to end good the show.
I agree with that. Unless you have a very good host, I always have when I book a show. I always have if there's four or five comics, you put the second best comic or the best comic first after the host, and then the last
Yeah,
comic.
so it will like
Always, yeah.
so because I have people like, oh my god, I hate going first. Like
No,
that mean they fucking trust you.
yeah,
Like
100%.
take this opportunity and fucking
Yeah.
go kill.
They used to do back in the day at Laugh Factory. There was only now there's like they're moving back to that lineup where it's long 15-minute sets. There would
Nice.
be five comics doing 15-minute sets or what, and a host, and then the guest spot would go right after the host.
Okay.
And the guest spot is someone that's trying out for the
Yeah,
club.
yeah.
So what it was just a horrible thing. So then we sometimes be like, let's put someone else there, or
Yeah,
they have a great host.
for
So.
for me, a guest spot have to be like in the middle, just like first
Yeah,
first comic and then maybe second comic guest spot, and then you keep going
yeah.
with the show.
It depends on the shows, but generally speaking, that if you talk to like the pro people who've been booking shows for a while, you have the best on a showcase show. Have someone solid because you want to establish credibility with the crowd. Because if two people don't do well in a row, you've lost. I've seen people walk out.
It,
I did a show recently where people were walking out after two people bombed.
these people are so.
And you're like, just wait, just wait. There's three amazing comics coming up.
Coming up next.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do a little pause, but we're gonna come back immediately. And we are back. We were the smartest person in the room when we went to the
We?
south. Yeah, we.
No, it's just one. There
Just
can
you.
only be one. There's only one smartest person. You can't have two.
Have you ever had a like eye fight with someone that is like this person thinks that they're the smartest person in the room, but it's me.
It's always me. It's 90% of the time it's me.
Have any time being like this guy is smart.
It depends. Yeah,
Stephen Hawking, and you're like, okay, maybe.
there's certain times, but like generally speaking, I mean, there's certain if people are talking about something I don't know about, like if people are talking about movies
Okay.
or like Marvel, I don't know anything about Marvel.
Okay.
Then I'm definitely the stupidest person. Or like geography, I get lost all the time. I'm so bad at geography. If I point to Chicago on a map, that's the only thing I can do. But like I have a show after this, I have to like Google it 3 times to remember where it is.
What did you do for you? You printed your map quest.
Yeah.
You were
I used
just
to
like,
print stuff, but then like when I put it in my phone and I have the thing, I blow it up, I blow it in so I could see which way I'm going. And then sometimes I'll freak out. I was driving from Nashville. I'm like, am I going the right way? Wait, east or where is it? I never know where I am.
I love all the episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh yeah.
That the Larry David is just like annoyed at GPS.
Yeah.
Like that series is amazing because you can like it's been for so long that you can see all the changes in technology.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The first episode, he's just like printed a map quest, and it's like, no, I bought a GPS, but the GPS is
Yeah.
not functioning, and he just got lost, and he's just super angry at the GPS. It's like this fucking shit. It's like-
I'm of the age where we used to print shit out too. Like I used to print it out all the time when I go to shows.
I believe that the people who did the printing, they lost so much money when GPS came out. And
Yeah.
they're like, "Fuck,
Sure.
who's gonna print their map twice a year?"
Yeah, I used to have to print everything up because I couldn't read on the phone. I still can't sometimes, but
Okay, I actually talking about smart thing and stupid things. I believe like generationally, we're downgrading and we're
uh
becoming stupid. And one of the things that I found, I was like, this is stupid as fuck. And there are many, but we're gonna stop. Have you heard about love bombing?
love bumping.
Bombing, like bombing.
Oh, love bombing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard of that.
A stupid concept. Is
Yeah.
basically is that it's something bad that doesn't make sense. That like a woman, if they're starting a relationship, the guy is super like bring her presents and just wants to
Bombing
take
her with love
like
and
bombing her
attention.
with
Yeah,
love
yeah.
and attention, and that's bad.
It's
It's like
stupid because what's the goal? Like, what's gonna how long is that gonna last? And if your goal is just to do that to get laid, then I mean you're just a horrible person.
yeah, no, you are a horrible person. But the thing is like, why are we putting this fucking name? There's this one that is there's ghosting, but there's one that is called orbiting.
Orbiting.
Yeah,
What's orbiting?
that they ghost you, but they keep liking your shit
Oh
on
yeah,
social
yeah, yeah.
media. So it's like
Follow. They
what
watch
are
all your
yeah,
stories.
yeah, but they don't
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
to
yeah.
you. They just like interact with your social media.
Yeah.
But you message them, no response. It's like what the
What's the
fuck are
point?
these
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
words?
I don't get it.
So
Yeah, I probably do that. You always check up on people you dated or you went on a date with, especially like just to be like, oh, what's interesting. But yeah, I don't
so
talk to
are
them.
you orbiting
I think I'm an
some of
orbiter.
your
Yeah,
some of your
I'm
exes?
like one of the planets. Yeah,
Okay, but you like stories.
I like stuff. Yeah, I think I do, but I don't. Yeah, if I watch a
Oh,
story, I always
she
like.
got in a car crash.
Yeah, like oh, I hope you're okay, or like someone dies, you like put the frowny face.
A
Yeah,
sad face.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
I'm
hope
always
everything's
afraid that you accidentally say like laughing when someone says, I lost my uncle yesterday. Then
LOL.
yeah, because I have shitty eyes too, so I'll be like, did I say LOL? Yeah, like if I put the smiling face, I'm
Well,
like, wait, it should be the sad one.
well, and you know, between there's cultural differences on the emojis. Like you know the smiley face that is just the face like
Yeah,
smiling. Like that, at least in Venezuela, that's like super passive aggressive.
yeah.
It's like I hope you die.
Oh yeah,
And here it's like no, that's okay. So people sending me that shit. I was like, well, what the fuck is your fucking problem? You want to
yeah.
fucking fight? And they're like, no, I have you have a good show. And it was
Well,
like smiley face and like, and
Venezuela has to screw everything up. Yeah, they always screwing shit up.
Latin America, it's not just Venezuela.
Okay.
And
Paraguay.
we don't talk about Paraguay. No,
Yeah.
no one care about Paraguay. Like I like
That's
once
Central America.
that I
No,
used
that's yeah.
I don't even know where it is.
Nah,
Like
geography again.
I used to work in a well, still like I collaborate sometimes. It's basically the onion, but in Venezuela. It's called El Chigüire Bipolar.
Is
And
that onion? Translates to onion?
no, chigüire is like a capybara.
What's onion in
Onion is cebolla.
Segoya? Yeah, that's right.
But we there's so few shit about Paraguay that we made like when the migrants were going everywhere, all the Venezuelans, we make a post that is uh like I'm going to Paraguay, said not Venezuelan ever, and
Yeah.
then a community of
Paraguayans.
no of Venezuelans in Paraguay were like, hey, we are here, we exist. It's like you're like 30 people.
Yeah.
Like, the
So-
Facebook group was like 30 people. Like, shut the
Right.
fuck up. Like
Yeah.
there's like thousands in Colombia. There's like millions in Colombia.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but us 30, we do exist. So it's like
Barely.
it was the same energy of like we're vegan and we eat meat. We exist. It's like what? No, you're not making sense. But what do you think about all these new phrases that now we're saying like love bombing, orbiting, ghosting? Uh, I don't know, but there's many. I feel like we're taking feelings and turning it into. At first, everything is bad,
Mm-hmm.
and second, everything is like a phrase, and that's it. It's not like oh, he's trying to.
Thirst trapping.
They're strapping.
It's good. I think it's good for people. If anything that shortens the communication that makes things more concise, I'm all for. You know, if you don't have to explain
I'm
something,
I'm a little against, but keep going.
I don't like to listen to long stories. So if someone's trying to explain to me what love bombing is, like, oh, he just kept messaging me, I'd rather just be a word for it. But like, he love bombed me. It's like, dude, we're done talking about it.
Okay.
It's quick, just like comedy. You cut the fat. You just get to the point.
Yeah,
I'm a very concise. You have to be concise.
I
You get
agree.
the light after
I
two.
agree with what you said because yes, and I really love when we have SMS and the SMS have like 130 characters, and if
Yeah,
you went above, it was a second message, and they charge you twice.
right. Or Twitter was back in the day. You had limited amount of time.
So you have to actually put your fucking idea
Concise,
in one
hundred
message.
percent.
I really enjoy that, but I do believe we're losing the language so fast, and one of the proof of that is that if you hear like whatever teenager talking, the amount of time they use like.
Yeah, that's
You
always
know,
been.
that's like, you know, but they cannot speak without saying it.
I mean, that was when I was a kid. That was like that too.
But with what for, not with like.
No, it was like they
It
would
was
say
like,
like all the time. Yeah, in fact, when I did speech communications in college, they'd videotaped us talking, and then you'd see yourself say, then you'd
the
be like,
filler
oh, I
words.
am saying it a lot. And then when as a comedian, you listen to yourself, you're like, oh, you just say it without even noticing it. But yeah, I mean, as you grow older, you get rid of the likes unless you don't get smart.
That's not your case because you're always
Not with me,
no.
because I got smart. I'm always getting smarter. Yeah.
But I do believe we're losing a lot of the language. I read Agatha Christie, Agatha Christie book, and I have
You
to.
read Agatha Christie?
Yeah,
Isn't that for like little girls?
exactly. I'm a little girl.
Okay, that's how you
Are
learn
you are
English.
you assuming my gender and
Is
my
that how you
age?
learn English? How did you learn English from those books? Or
From no, from Minnesota. I'm from Minnesota.
oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
from Venezuela, but I learned like I have like classes after school. Like I really hated it, but
Agatha Christie,
Agatha Christie was really good. It's not for little girls. It's like
mid teenage girls.
no. She's like the most famous
No,
mystery
I know who she is.
writer
Yeah, it was like
ever.
V.C. Andrews was popular with women in like eighth grade and stuff like that.
I didn't
Young
know.
teens,
I didn't know it was for young teens,
I think so.
but it's really
I
good.
could be wrong.
But she have like obviously these are old shit. So all the words were like most of them were like complicated for me that are, like I'm not
Yeah, it's a
native.
second language.
But then I share some of these words with some people, and not also then were like first time I hear that shit.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
example, there's like that there's no, 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 Barry, that is like someone who is like kind of dumb. Uh, there's one that I really love, and I make a list
of the words you learn.
of the
That's good.
yeah, but
That's how you get smarter.
I don't know if I here. Okay, chagrin,
Chagrin,
amazing word. And this Eddie, like,
much to my chagrin.
yeah, that is like feel like little ashamed.
Yeah.
Like
Surprise, yeah.
Eddie, the EDDY
Eddie. What's
is
that?
is when water or air or smoke flows in a circular motion.
When are you going to use that in a conversation?
I don't know, but I love to have it. Like I just love to have.
Chagrin's a good word, but
No, this
Eddie
is my
is
favorite. Acquiesce.
acquiesce, yeah.
That's my favorite because acquiesce is to accept something regardless that you don't want it.
Regardless, yeah.
That you're like,
We acquiesce. It's like surrendering.
yeah, it's like surrendering, but you go,
Acquiesce.
yeah, you go to whatever party, whatever show, and you have to acquiesce that you're the smartest person in the room. You're like,
Yeah, I've accepted.
yeah, I have accept.
Acquiesced to the fact
Okay,
that I'm the smartest person in the room.
barmy is the word. Barmy, that is someone that is extremely foolish, or
Army?
barmy, BARMY.
I never heard that word either.
You see, like it's
Yeah.
something that is extremely foolish. Like, oh,
Maybe she's just making shit up.
I got the Chrissy. Like, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna
Okay.
fuck with these teenage girls.
I'm for bear, not for like for. But this is FORBEA.
Oh, forbear. Yeah. BEAR.
Yeah,
forbear.
BEAR. Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is because it's for there's forbear like FORE, but this is FOR. No, there's FOREBE,
AR.
but this is FOR. So
Forbear. Oh, there's two different words
yeah, because one is like foreseen, like it is like forbear something.
forbear. Yeah.
But this is like also an amazing word. Is like to contain the impulse to be rude
Oh, I didn't know that.
for being polite.
Oh, yeah.
Like and when they use it is because
Forbear.
this character goes to this house and he's staying in this house. It's the only place that he can stay in. This it's a fucking shitty town. So this is the only place he can stay. The house is a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And the owner, the host, she's like, "Oh, how do you find the house?" And he's like, "I have to forbear to tell her
How
that
bad it is. Yeah.
this is a fucking shit." So I believe it's a nice phrase to use. Like, no, 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 I will forbear
But
this.
see, we're saying the same. That's different because you're using you're using better words.
That are lost.
But forbear, like the ability to say acquiesce or stuff like that. If you can do that in less words, acquiesce is a better word than saying three words. So you're
Yeah.
making things shorter. So that's a good thing.
But in comedy, if you are like, so I acquiesce to that, people are like, I don't know what you're saying.
No, people will know acquiesce. They'll know it.
You think?
Yeah. So
Okay.
well, the shows I do. I'm a smart crowd. I have smart crowds.
Where's the smartest crowds in Chicago?
Oh, that's hard. I don't know. It depends on the night. I think it depends on the show too. You know, Minneapolis is a very smart crowd. They're
Okay.
one of my favorite crowds in the country.
I never done a show in
Oh,
Minneapolis.
okay. I
Yeah.
thought you say you're from Minnesota.
I'm from Minnesota, which like, that's what I say to
I
eyes.
know. Minneapolis they're one of the smartest crowds. Ann Arbor, Michigan was one of my favorites.
I went
Places
to Ann
where
Arbor.
Ann Arbor Comedy Club is one of the best comedy clubs in the country.
I did Don't Tell in Ann
Oh, yeah,
Arbor. Ann Arbor is an amazing
smart
city.
crowds. I hate the school. Michigan sucks because I went to Illinois. But other than that, those are. I mean, there's smart cities everywhere. I think the closer you are to a college that's good. Boston. I was in Boston last month. Smart crowds. They're always the best for me. I love smart crowds because I have smart comedy.
And
You probably like bad dumb crowds.
yeah, no, I like when they're dumb as fuck.
Like who read Agatha Christie here?
Yeah, no, I like when they're like, is he speaking English? Like, what is this?
Yeah. There's I think I like educated crowds. That's just me. But obviously I love I'm doing a show tonight. The crowd's going to be a blue collar, rural town, smaller town. So there's not going to be like a lot of, PhDs, but they're also fun because they're out to have a good time. There's nothing else going on a night like this. So
Okay, to end the episode, when so far, because obviously you have more of this, so far, one night or one show that you're like, so far, has been the best show I ever had, and I would love to have one experience like this.
Oh man, I mean, one of them was Ann Arbor. I was there last year. I didn't want to get off stage. I remember I got the light, and I go, can I keep going? We don't have another show. It was that weekend was one of my favorite weekends. Both shows were amazing. Or three shows I think we did. They were all amazing. So that's one. Recently when I was in Florida in Sarasota, McCurdy's. You get the light. The times where you get the light, and you're like, "Are you serious?" Like I just started. It feels like those are always the best feelings. So there's a lot of those.
When you feel when you're like you're building,
Yeah.
and you have it exactly at the point that okay, now I'm cooking, and
Yeah.
they're like light, and you're like,
Light.
no,
Yeah, I would Laughing Academy recently. That was last week. That was like that too. But they told me I could keep going, and I ended up doing like an hour. I was supposed to do 45, 55, but
But
yeah,
that's amazing.
They
That's
were
amazing
fun.
that they allow you.
yeah, I was headlining.
Uh,
It doesn't
they,
matter.
they they did that to me in Miami. I was doing a show. I was supposed to do 10 and end up doing 15
Yeah,
because they like the guy gave me a light, but I saw the producer like grab the hand of the guy. I
Yeah.
was like, no, let him keep going. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that felt so good. Like
They used to
thank
do
you.
that. They used to do that at Laugh Factory too. When if you were one of the second, you just look to the left. There were certain times you knew that the staff needed more time. So if you're doing 15 minutes, they'd come to the side. You see them going like stretch, and you're like, yeah, that's fine. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
I'll keep going. Like these people are smart.
They trust you. It's cool. It's cool to have that trust at clubs where they'll let you go.
Okay, we're gonna end this episode with one of the most trusted and smartest person in Chicago,
Not trusted, smartest.
but also trusted because they let you keep going for an hour.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
You're right.
But we're gonna do the bonus content. I don't know about what, but I'll have topics here. So adios. You gotta say adios in español.
Adios. I do it with an accent. That's Venezuelan accent.
Venezuelan accent. Adios.